Up to 500 ballistic missiles, Mach 5 speeds. Layered air defenses, can they hold for 24 hours? In command and control centers, Riyadh. In command and control centers, Abu Dhabi. And on the bridges of naval vessels slicing through calm waters. Alarms shriek and lights flash in a frantic rhythm. Voices, trained for this moment, crackle over secure communication lines. This is not a drill. I repeat, this is not a drill. The long-feared conflict has begun. The opening moments of any modern conflict are a maelstrom of confusion and high-stakes action. In the confined, strategically vital Persian Gulf, that intensity is magnified 100-fold. The first 24 hours are not merely a prelude, they can be decisive. The war begins not with a single shot, but with a torrent of fire. Phase 1. Massive, coordinated missile assaults launched in the dead of night. Goal, shock and awe, saturate and overwhelm defenses. Hundreds of projectiles launched in carefully timed waves. Short-range ballistic missiles, high, arcing trajectories. Low-flying land attack cruise missiles, hugging terrain to evade radar. Anti-ship cruise missiles unleashed against naval targets. Airfields, runways cratered. Parked aircraft destroyed. Command and control centers struck. Leadership and communications disrupted. Radar installations and air defense batteries targeted, blinding defenses. Objective: paralyze the opponent, remove ability to see, think, and fight back. U.S. Patriot systems engage incoming missiles. Naval EEG's combat systems engage incoming missiles. Minutes after the first missile's impact, Phase 2 begins, the fight for control of the air. As alarms blare across air bases, pilots sprint to their waiting fighter jets. Canopies come down, engines roar to life, and jets scramble into the darkened sky. The first aircraft to take off are often the most advanced fighters, tasked with establishing air superiority. They are joined by critical support aircraft, lumbering aerial refueling tankers, and sophisticated airborne early warning and control AWACS planes. The initial goal of air operations is to seize the initiative. For the attacker, this may involve using stealth aircraft, like the F-22 or F-35, to slip past the enemy's damaged radar network and strike high-value targets that survived the initial missile barrage. For the defender, the priority is to get their own fighters airborne to intercept incoming bombers and protect friendly assets on the ground and at sea. Unmanned aerial vehicles or drones play a crucial role from the outset. Carrier strike groups reposition under threat, window approximately 4 to 6 hours. Ghadir-class submarines operate in shallow waters, stalking high-value targets. Iran fields over 1,000 naval mines, capable of halting traffic in the Hormuz. Swarms of fast attack craft execute hit-and-run tactics to contest the Strait. The first sign of war for most of the world is not an explosion, but a number flashing on a screen. The moment the first missile is confirmed, global financial markets react with brutal speed. The price of oil is the first and most dramatic indicator. Brent crude futures could jump by $10 per barrel, $20, or even more in a matter of minutes. This is not based on an actual disruption of supply, but on the fear of future disruption. A war in the heart of the world's major oil-producing region is the ultimate uncertainty. The first 24 hours are a perilous climb up the rungs of an escalation ladder. Each military action, from the initial missile strike to the first dogfight, is a step up this ladder. Once the first shots are fired and blood is spilled, the pressure on leaders to retaliate becomes immense. A successful strike by one side almost guarantees a counterstrike from the other. A proportionate response is the stated goal, but in the heat of battle, perceptions differ. One side sees a measured reply, the other sees dangerous escalation. This cycle of action and reaction can quickly spiral out of control. The risk of the conflict widening is ever present. A missile goes astray, an attack hits a neutral oil tanker, allies are forced to choose. The arrival of additional warships or squadrons changes the military balance and sends a powerful political signal, and raises the stakes. The battlefield can expand into new domains. Cyber attacks become a major threat, targeting command and control networks, communications, and data. They may also hit civilian infrastructure, power grids, financial systems, water treatment plants, to create chaos and panic. Controlling this escalation is the hardest challenge. Hotlines and back channels, if they still exist, become critically important. Leaders must signal intentions amidst the fog of war. Yet once the machinery is in motion, it has momentum. Stopping the climb is far harder than taking the first step. Behind the strategic maps and the advanced technology, the first day of war has a profound and immediate human cost. For the sailors on a warship targeted by a missile, the soldiers in a bunker that takes a direct hit, or the pilots engaged in a deadly aerial duel. This is a fight for survival. Medical teams on bases and ships are immediately overwhelmed, working tirelessly in chaotic conditions to treat the wounded. The sound of air raid sirens, the thud of distant explosions, the constant stream of alarming news create pervasive anxiety. Information and misinformation becomes a critical front. Social media flooded with rumors, fake videos, and conflicting reports. Well-drilled evacuation plans and well-stocked public shelters can save countless lives. As the sun rises on the second day, the initial frantic phase gives way to a grim assessment. The primary goal in the first 24 hours is survival. Commanders ask, what do we have left? Ships damaged, aircraft shot down, command centers destroyed. The second objective, establish deterrence and control escalation. By enduring the blow and launching a credible response, a nation shows resolve and creates a narrow off-ramp for diplomacy. The Persian Gulf is not an empty expanse of water. It is one of the most militarized regions in the world. Satellite map with icons of naval bases, airfields, missile sites. Its waters are constantly patrolled by naval forces of multiple nations. Massive U.S. aircraft carriers, small Iranian fast attack craft. The skies are monitored by ground-based radar systems, airborne radar and AWACS aircraft, fighter jets on constant alert, ready to scramble. Coastlines are dotted with military bases, airfields, hardened missile launch sites. U.S. presence, 5th Fleet in Bahrain, air bases in Qatar, air bases in the UAE, and carrier strike groups nearby. Regional powers, Patriot missile batteries, F-15 fighters, F-35 fighters, modern naval ships. Iran's asymmetric tools, ballistic missiles, cruise missiles, swarms of small armed boats, and growing drone fleets. Warning times are measured in minutes, not hours. A missile from the Iranian coast can reach neighboring states almost instantly. Busy airspace and crowded shipping lanes complicate identification. The fog of war descends quickly. The Persian Gulf is not just a battlefield, it is a pressure point in the global system. And in modern warfare, the first day changes everything. This was phase 1 of a Gulf conflict scenario. Next, full missile inventory and interception breakdown. Click the video on your screen, subscribe to Redline Brief.